I said, my job is to go around the state and then ensure our membership. People are free to leave and come back. Whatever happens in APC, I have no idea about it. But I can tell you that we have people in PDP, and PDP will rise again in Delta. Do that make sense here, Rufai?
But as it is today, PDP does not hold any key position in Delta, as it is today. Most of the key positions, no position in Delta.
Because the government has moved.
So, politically, strategically, the PDP is dead in Delta.
No, you don't have to be in government to be dead. No.
What are political?
You don't have to be in government to
Elder,
be dead.
what are political
We're
parties
still in
for?
opposition.
What are political parties for?
Yes, but there's no election yet.
But what are political
the
parties for?
The election will be in 2027.
A political party without power.
To win elections and then to be in government.
Is it? That's it.
Look, APC have been existing in Delta with... APC have been existing in Delta without the state power. You're talking about state power, yes?
Yeah.
But we're not dead. We're still there.
But APC had a leg in federal. They had federal ministers that were from Delta. Today, there's no any political position of some sort that is from Delta.
I can tell you, we are determined to get back the power. Because this state was developed by PDP, and the voters are aware of it, and the voters will definitely support us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abati. You know me very well. We started this journey in 2021. You were there at the debates, and you saw how everything panned out eventually. I, thank God, more or less defeated Soludo in that debate. And we won for the main election. And over this trajectory, going from PDP to Labour, you can say a bit about me. I am somebody who is carefully very purposeful in politics because I understand the importance of political leadership. That is the only option we have to redeem ourselves as a nation, as a country. And therefore, I like to insist that things are done properly in anywhere I find myself. And this is the reason why I was dismayed by what has happened over the period from the delegate congress that we conducted in APC in Anambra State, where all of a sudden we saw a list of delegates who were actually not members of the party. I wrote about this to the appeal committee of the delegate congress, and then we went on to go into the primary process on April 5th. And of course, even if you're not taking my own verdict, look at what happened, how 3 other prominent aspirants withdrew from the race. Why didn't Has anybody really bothered to investigate why? Because they were frustrated. The process was totally unfair. Just the morning of the Congress, another list emanated from nowhere. At some point, they actually abandoned every list whatsoever. Why not just allow a free and fair process? Whoever imagines, okay, I lost 2021 election to Soludo. I didn't go to court. I didn't challenge him. Why am I fighting? Because the process is deeply unfair. And I don't think we're doing ourselves any right to just fold our hands. The reason Nigeria hasn't progressed, and when we see in the face of wrong, so-called good people keep quiet or don't do enough. And I refuse to be part of that going forward. And that's why I said to the appeal committee of a party, these things are wrong and they needed to be revisited. And it was totally jettisoned. And then I had to go to court. Now, what I'm contending in court is basically to say that Nicholas is not even qualified in the first instance to stand for the primary. And I will prove that in court, and we'll go through the process. And then, yes, I made an allegation that Soludo has a hand in what is going on in APC. I say that authoritatively. I know meetings have been held. I have my intelligence. And sometimes you can't really evidence this via any proof. But I can tell you my intelligence are very strong. And that's why I went to the extent of saying if this requires us getting ourselves into any place with religious leadership, I'm happy to make myself available. And I will tender what I can consider a concrete evidence. Now, here's the point here. Soludo is scared of having me on the ballot. It's not the first time I'm making this allegation. And Nicholas Okachukwu became willing to. He's just comfortable being, and over time you're going to see this play out. I mean, look at what has happened so far. He became candidate, and what has happened? Many people are deserting the APC, from ward chairmanship to local government chairmanship. Executives of the party from at least 5 local governments now have abandoned the party to join other parties. They'll just basically say, I'm out of this, because they are totally disenchanted with what has happened. And this is why we need to draw attention of our leadership, particularly, Mr. President, that allowing this to fester, we will deeply weaken and hurt APC for a longer time. And that's why I need to protest.
Okay.
All right. Allegedly, the reason why I said that it looks suspicious, maybe, allegedly, maybe this is arrest is political. Now, Punch newspaper made a post 2 hours ago. They posted something. They said, efforts to discredit Remi Tinubu, politically motivated NAP's president. They now further said, say this Punch, they don't need to detail, they don't need to write much, but they now said the president of the National Association of Polytechnic Students, Paul, whatever, has come out strongly in defense of Remi Tinubu, son of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was accused of interfering in the affairs of the National Association of Nigerian Students by a functional president, Atiku Abubakar. While speaking exclusively with Arewa Punch, Paul, whatever, efforts to discredit Remi Tinubu is politically motivated. Do you understand? It was Punch that released this news 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. Do you understand? 2 hours ago. Now, just watch the posts. VDM called federal government out back to back in the space of within 24 hours. In less than 24 hours, he called them out back to back. He put fire back to back. You understand? Now, he now exposed his whereabouts by saying, I don't dey bank, I don't dey try resolve this thing. Those men now came and mount at the gate and waited for him to finish. Do you understand? So now, I'm not even really accusing GT Bank again. Based on this my findings, allegedly, yes, I'm not saying that it is politician that no. I'm just, because I learned a lot from our president, VDM. Once something happened, they like go analyze, go back, check, make research. This is my findings. Do you understand? Now, you can now go to his page. You can rewatch all the videos and follow up. Use your number 6. So, if an ordinary person just hold this guy, VDM, if you don't come at things, if you don't release them, nobody even know this call where they call, all these EFCC where they call at things. Not even that one. If not those ones, EFCC, if you don't come pick and things. Not even that, not even EFCC itself, allegedly. Not even EFCC self power. They use come arrest VDM. Yes. Based on this, my little investigation. Allegedly, Biko Kwanu. You understand? Not even EFCC power. They use come carry VDM like that. If not, EFCC won't come arrest VDM based on the colors they call them since. They for serve him. They for write to him. They for call him out, serve him. Do you understand? Serve him paper to come. You get? But because of say, maybe the call came from the one authority like that. Allegedly, they now move with anger and full force. That guy Abi, we could use this opportunity now to. You understand? I don't know if you are following up. But allegedly. But then again, let's pray for VDM. That's what I have to say now. Let's pray for VDM to come out from this issue. You understand? Make it come out. I beg. EFCC, I beg. We could have released them then, serve them that, what's it called? You can now bring the petitions, serve him the petitions to follow, go through due process. Yes, let them go follow the matter legally. Yeah, they hold to court, please. But based on this, my little research, yeah, this hand will hold VDM strong, allegedly. Above Onyogo, Ebubibu, Buaji. And one more thing, don't also forget that when they arrested VDM, why I started from Nedu's own, and because of that when Nedu post. Nedu made one funny post. That video way that Nedu made. Yeah? I'll play the video on this post. Watch.
Guys, who am I? This is Nedu. Hello, Nedu.
Hey, hi.
How are, can I take a picture with you?
Sure. Hi.
Jesus, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Jesus, what just happened?
So, you have watched the video. This video now. Immediately they arrested him. He made this funny post. You understand? The cover guy. That post was suspicious. Allegedly. So, could it be that the person that owns that estate is connected to the high authority? Allegedly. Allegedly. Could it be that the person is connected to the right, to power? Let me use it like that. Could it be that the owner of the estate is connected to power? Allegedly. Do you understand? But I'm not really suspecting the post, that particular real estate, but I still the suspect. I join them. You get why? But you see this calling out of government back to back. Now that one be the main suspect. My own findings, so that one be the main suspect. Allegedly, Biko Kwanu. Our activism can my analyzing. I'm just analyzing the whole thing because protest. We don't make noise. Nothing don't happen. Video never come out. Do you understand? That is why I have to go back to analyze all these things, to investigate. You understand? To know what the problem is. Abog Wanyogo, Ebubi Ubuaji, Sumodia.
Former Governor, Commissioner, Rural Development, Commissioner of Transport. Yau muna farin ciki. Baba da ya tashi shigowa shi ma da yake tsohon ɗan siyasa ne sai ya shigo mana a sace.
Honestly, as secretary of the party, I saw it from far that at a time what is happening right now will happen. But I want to assure you that the party has adopted internal democracy that is ready to accept everybody into the party, and everybody will be given equal opportunity to showcase his or her popularity in whatever position he or she want to contest. So the party is ready to take care of whatever you call it. What is happening right now is that we as party, we expected it because Bago, as the governor of this Niger state, is doing all it takes to be a Democrat. So what is happening is that even the opposition is very weak, and they are equally planning to shift their loyalty to the party. Even if they don't commit to the party, they are ready to support the good work and the good governance of Umaru Muhammad Babu.
This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice. Well, you know the meaning of the song. When God you put your affairs before God, this is what you see. I was in the opposition party. I ran for the governorship of the state. But the same plans we have, the vision, the policies we see we can implement, is what our friend is doing. If your friend is doing better than you, what do? You move to join him. So, saying people are all rushing into APC, that's the blessings of God. When God puts his hand, no man can go against it. I've never said I'm running for senator. All what I've done is I've moved into APC as a member to support the policies, programs, and infrastructure development of the former governor. I've gone around my senatorial zone to tell them I have moved into APC. I am a very good loyal member who will do what the party wishes. But tomorrow, if any aspiration tends to arise, you all will be informed. But right now, I'm the loyal party member following the former governor to make sure we bring that development to Niger State.
I feel highly honored, I feel gratified, and I also feel a sense of duty to be grateful to all my supporters, to thank them immensely for turning out en masse, not just to come and support me, but to also identify themselves with the new Niger initiative of the former governor, Muhammad Umar Bago, which is an obvious phenomenon happening to our country. Today, everybody knows that Niger State is at the forefront of progress and development. So all the people you have seen here have not only come to support me, but have also come to identify themselves with the progress being made in Niger State, and we are proud of our governor. Speculations are normal in any society. Rumors are normal, especially from the kind of society we come from. I've also heard those rumors, but I embrace them in good faith. If it happens, I'm grateful to God, but that is not my priority. My priority is to support my friend, the governor of Niger State, to succeed in becoming the best governor in Nigeria, and for me to be proud of my state, to tell my children and my grandchildren that we did it for them. I'm not recamping to APC, I'm returning to APC. I returned to APC last year, but my followers, 12,679 of them, today have come to offer themselves to the party.
There's been so much rumor in the media concerning your relationship with your deputy. Would you like to speak to that conversation just as you've hinted already?
You have always said it's a rumor. Rumors are rumors. Nothing to talk about rumors.
So how would you describe your working relationship right now?
Very perfect, very harmonious, you know, and we're a team. They can't break us. Our focus is on the goal, and we will achieve it. A new Niger is possible. Thank you.
A normal day on the campus of City University of Technology, formerly known as Yaba College of Technology in Lagos State. The killing of a final year student by a rival cult group on Tuesday, April 22, will stay with members of the university community for a long time. The situation was so severe that the police deployed a special intervention force to stop further attacks and sustain peace on campus.
The fear of crime is worse than the crime itself. When I resume, I frequently introduce what we call the Eco Strike Force. Eco Strike Force is a new idea. This is to complement the already existing RRS, which is an elite police team that have been doing wonders in Lagos State. So with the Eco Strike Force, we've been able to have a firm grip on control of crime and criminality in the state.
These officers succeed in calming frayed nerves and give assurances that examinations will be completed.
I want to employ Lagosians generally, especially parents and guardians, to employ it on their children and wards. They need to be law-abiding and to be peaceful. And institutions too have a role to play to ensure that they watch over their subjects and ensure that they comply with the law. And nobody is allowed to take laws into his hand.
Even with the conclusion of examinations, the school management insists that all students must leave campus till further notice as the Eco Strike Force team reports back to their base in Surulere to deal with other high-priority criminal activities.
How are you? Good to see you. Yes, how are you? Good morning. Hold on. How are you? How are you? Fine. Myself. No. How do you feel? Wow. Old guy. About this evening, what is happening? And I think it's the activities are not have a chance. When we are waiting still.
There is no governor in opposition that will tell you today he is having his state being carried along holistically along in the center here while in opposition. Yes, I know the government is trying to some extent, but basically if you are in the party that is in charge in the country, automatically you have your stance to have some advantages and privileges, whereby, like what they said in Delta State, if the governor as well and the former vice presidential candidate, if really holistically that the reason from what do they call it, of their defection to APC is as to align with the center to benefit them, then there's nothing wrong with that. Automatically, if the governor of Delta State feels shortchanged, that okay, I should have to align myself with the center to at least benefit my people.
Let me give you an analogy. If tournaments are the same and the players are not the same, and the coaches are not the same, then the results are not supposed to be the same. So the tournament that is the same is Parliament and the executive. But today, the 10th Assembly is not the same as 9th Assembly and 8th Assembly. And then the presidency is not the same as the president of yesterday and yesteryears. Then the coaches, which are now the Nigerians themselves with their experience, are not the same. So definitely we are not going to have the same result. Now, let us say it. Even when we came on board, newly, freshly, 2023, the first thing that we did was to ensure that we have very able-bodied men who are well experienced and who can give us results as security chiefs. We screen them seriously. We screw them, we skills them, we made sure that the best emerged. That is from us. Now, appropriation, so that there won't be any excuse that, oh, because we cannot have ammunition, we cannot have arms, then the National Assembly appropriated very well. And there had never been any kind of excuse over that the National Assembly, we have brought what we needed, and then they have not approved. We did that one. And you will recall that on several occasions, we have been inviting security chiefs for closed-door meetings because we cannot just open up and expose security strategies. Right. We have called them. At least I know that 9 times we have done that one.
Okay.
So after that 9 times, and we are still getting this result that we are getting, then definitely it means that there's something that is missing. And what is missing is that the contribution of everyone in Nigeria. And then now, like I said, either southwest, northwest, southeast, northeast, north central, south. Now, all of us, we are now experiencing that kind of not being able to close our 2 eyes while we are asleep. Then definitely, it should not take us several hours before Nigerians, together with us, we now sit down and say that this is the problem and this is what we have to do. Okay. That's why we have called for that security summit.
All right, Senator.
For only 2 days. Because if we say we want to have it for 1 week, it becomes a jamboree.
Senator,
but it's going to be a very serious talk.